Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. I have been following a coolant leak, checking on a coolant leak that I've had for about 3 or 4 months, I guess. I just haven't had time to get to it. I stuck a pizza box underneath where it was dripping, so you can see it's not a very big coolant leak. It probably has, drips a teaspoon or tablespoonful of coolant every time it's parked. Maybe a little bit more when it's driving. I'm not sure what it is, but what I'm going to do today is show you how to find a coolant leak. And I've already looked from the top side. I can't see it there. I'll show you that. But we're going to jack the car up and go underneath, and we're going to pull the lower engine cover and look at the engine from the bottom side and see where that leak's going. I hope it's not the water pump. One of the things I like a lot about the BMW 3 Series is they have permanent jacking pucks, the jack points underneath the side rocker panels of the car. They have a little plastic piece there that you jack up on, so you don't have to worry about damaging the rocker panels. This is off of an E36 BMW. The one you're looking at there is an E92 BMW. Unfortunately, they fall off. That's the point I'm trying to show you. But you can put them back up there and just put a little silicone or something to hold it up there, and it would work pretty good. This is off one of my other cars. It's just a little plastic puck to jack up on. It works kind of nice. Okay, I've got everything up there. I want to just show you. What I did was I jacked up the back first a little bit. I wanted to get as much clearance as I could. I mean, I could get a little bit more, but I think this is enough. So I jacked up the back. I put some jack stands on there. Then I've got what's called a high lift jack for the front, which ordinarily I wouldn't even be able to get under the car because the car is low. But because I used my low jacks, the ones that get under a low car, I used them in the back first and got it up there. Then I could get my high lift jacks up under the front and jack stands all around. And now I've got plenty of room to work underneath there. Now, if you've only got one set of floor jacks, then do the back first and then drop it down on your jack stands. You can see one of the jack stands there behind that handle is one of the jack stands, and there's the other one there behind that left rear wheel. Do that first, and then you can actually take these back jacks out and use them in the front. Okay, you got that? So now I'm going to get under and I'm going to show you the panels I have to remove. Okay, so starting from the front bumper right there, there's a big front panel that runs across the whole engine. There's a couple little side panels. In the old days they used to call them pork chops, the side panels, because they had a funny shape like a pork chop. And then you come back and there's that front panel comes all the way here to where the exhaust mid pipe section connects. So you've got this mid panel. This is not going to look like much on the video. I'm trying the best I can to show you. There's a mid panel here, and then there's a little bitty panel at the end there. Then there's side panels here. There's a side panel, and there's one on the other side. Side panels. So we have a plethora of panels. I'm going to start off taking this front one off, and I'll take off as many as I need to try and chase this leak down. But they're all small sheet metal type screws, and I'll tell you how many there are when I get done. I'll tell you what size they are. Okay, that's the frontmost panel, and I've got it off, and I'll tell you how many screws. These little side air or wind deflectors, 3 on each of those, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. And then there's 9 of these. Let me tell you what size they are. 8 millimeter, 9 8 millimeters. They're all 8 millimeters actually. There's 9 up front. There's your 2 wings, and then there's 3 more in the back, and then 4 of these ones with a big silver washer on them. And that's it. Now, here's a little tricky part here. Once you get that main panel off, there's another little panel here underneath the main panel, and there's 2 funny aluminum brackets that hold it on, and these will, they're held in place in a really kind of a poorly designed expanding plastic nut. I guess you'd call it an expanding plastic nut, and then a couple of little legs that hold it on, and they go up there like that. But as you can see, I can just pull it on and off without even using a tool. There's one on the other side. The big panel screws into those here where my finger is. See, there's another one that fell off. You know, before I put this all back together, I'm going to figure out a better way to hold this up there, because otherwise, as you're trying to put the big panel up, these are going to be falling off. I know, because I've already tried to do it once before I shot this video. So you want to take these off and either take some silicone or something and silicone those plastic nuts in there, or JB weld them, or do something with them so that they stay up in there. And then I think you'll be able to screw this on and off, because you're supposed to be able to take these off and then get this panel off when you need to. Okay, so now I've got my big panel off, and I'm going to start looking for the leak now. I'll let you know what I find. Well, here's the first thing that I found before I even go underneath. Is I'm looking at this big under panel, the under tray that I pulled off, and it's wet on the driver's side. This is facing front here, and this is driver's side, and I can see where that wet trail has worked its way back. Now that's back there around, you know, mid-car, or just around transmission area maybe, is where the drip was dripping on the ground. But that doesn't really mean anything with a panel like this. You've got to look at the origin of the drip, and I'm following it up to here. So I'm going to start looking on top and underneath on the right side, not the right side, I'm sorry, the driver's side, rather than in the middle. So driver's side, upper and lower, that's where I'm going to look. I took the air cleaner box off. It connects here. This is the front of the car. Two 10 millimeter hold down bolts there. There's where the air feed goes into the intake manifold. There's a little, you can see it on the top, just a little clip for this electrical connection. It's probably mass airflow sensor there. You want to make sure this is all sealed good. You don't want any leaks around any of the intake. They'll give you codes. So that's the air box. I just decided to take it out of the way. Here, this is where the mass airflow sensor connects here. There's your little electric connection. There's your 2 10 millimeters, and right here, just a couple of little clips to go to this air feed in the front of the car. Comes in through the grill, I imagine. So I just decided to take that out of the way so I can get a better look at what's going on down here with my coolant leak. So now I'm going to go look. Well, I'm actually not seeing much here at all, so I'm going to go underneath. I always like to start up high because the coolant leaks down, so if you find some spot that's down low, that's not necessarily even anywhere near where it's leaking. But I don't see anything here so far. Remember, this is a small leak. I might have to pressurize this to get the leak to show itself, but I'm going to go underneath first. I'm taking that other small cover. Remember, I told you about this just a few minutes ago. The one with the goofy clips that I don't like very much. Anyway, I just took that off. The front part of it just slides in and just lays there. It doesn't attach to anything. Excuse me. And then the back part has a little clip there on the right and one on the left that some bubba broke. It's the first time I've had it off, so I know I didn't break it. So some bubba at the dealership broke that when he was working on the car. I know this car had a radiator replaced under warranty when it was new. There's a special sensor in the radiator that can tell if there's a head gasket leak. It can tell if there's hydrocarbons in the coolant. So I know that was replaced, and that's probably when that happened. Anyway, still looking for the leak. What I'm suspecting is it's this coolant line here. It's one of those new style. It's rubber, plastic, rubber. You know, they thought it was an improvement, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it has a lot of connections to it, and I'm suspecting this, but I really can't say for sure, so I'm going to put the car back together and drive it. I'm going to leave the panels off, of course, but I'm going to drive it and get it hot, and then put it back up and see if I can see the leak while it's hot, while it's pressurized. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to get some kind of a pressure tester kit. So we'll see how it goes. Well, Froggy's back. I drove it on the freeway, got it good and hot, revved it up, and no leak. So now I'm back. I've got the driver's side jacked up only, and I'm running it up to full operating temperature, and I'm going to look some more for a leak. Man, I hate chasing small leaks. I'd rather have a gusher than a small leak. Well, I think I found it, and it's going to be really hard to give you a shot of it, but this is the overflow tank, the coolant tank. It's a pressurized tank. Yeah, there's a better picture of it. And it's got several fittings on it. At the bottom, I think I found some trace leakage down there, although I don't have a real leak yet. But I'm going to move this mirror. There's a mirror down there. You can see the mirror moving, I think. And the mirror is showing the fitting at the very bottom of the overflow tank, the pressurized overflow tank, where I see some trace, dried up, what I think is coolant leakage. So anyway, I topped off the overflow tank, and I'm going to run it a few days, and I'm going to check it a few times and see. Before I do anything, I want to see a wet leak there. I don't want to just see the residue. I want to see a wet leak there. But that's where I'm at, and this is actually completely the opposite side of where I was looking on the driver's side. This is on the passenger side, and I will confirm it. I'm not confirming it yet, and if it is, then I'm going to replace that hose there, that fitting. So that's all Froggy has for you right now. You've got a procedure about how I went about looking for the leak, and maybe this is where I found the leak. But anyway, I'm going to post this up for you guys and gals so you can get an idea of how to look for a leak. Use mirrors, use lights, jack the car up, be safe, okay? Have a great Happy New Year. Froggy out. See you later, guys and gals.